Today we're going to talk a little bit about why it is that I look like this when I'm in the shop. First of all, when you're fabricating, lots of grinding, lots of welding, and if you're a blacksmith, you're doing a lot of forging. And I really like this split leg apron that I bought from one of the welding stores here in town. It has little straps on the back that keep it close to my legs, so when I'm walking around the shop it doesn't get hooked on anything. I like the split leg because you can bend down pretty easily without having a full apron kind of collect your feet. I really like these boots for working in the shop. I can't remember the brand, I think they're Red Wing or something like that. Really comfortable. It's important to have comfortable shoes in the shop, so a lot of times you're on concrete. I have this little kind of cape welding jacket. It's a little cool in Tucson today. It's November 10th. And that's not the primary reason that I have it, but it's a nice jacket that I can put on when I'm going to do any MIG welding or any TIG welding, protect my arms obviously, and then obviously when I get ready to weld I'm going to wear my leather gloves. This apron also has these really nice pockets, and everything that I use to mark I basically have in the pocket. So anyways, I have my earplugs also. I'm not going to put them on right now, but I wear them always. I have really good hearing still, and I wear safety glasses, and I wear my earplugs. So anyways, in my pocket are a couple of different types of marking pencils and soapstone and silver streak, and I'm going to demonstrate what I use. So if I was going to come over and measure a piece of tubing to mark back, say 3 inches to cut, I would mark the tubing with a blue Sharpie, a clickable Sharpie, which I really like. Don't have to take the top off. However, tubing has a little bit of oil on it. If you want to save the Sharpie, I'm going to clean it off. This is actually 50% or less than that, probably 20% Dawn dishwashing detergent and water. It makes a really good cleaner for this tubing. So I take my magnetic tape measure out, which I always wear. I am amazed at how many people I see on the internet that will just measure and then lay their tape out. I don't do that. My tape measure is always here. I must measure 100 times a day. On the other side, I have a little multi-purpose tool. But anyways, I would take my tape measure off, and if it was tubing, I find that the blue Sharpie works really well at marking out tubing. It's a nice line that you can see, and if we're going to square it up, then I'll mark across there, and you've got a good, sharp, crisp line for most jobs. Now sometimes you've got to mark something very precisely, and I'll take another Sharpie. I found that the clickable Sharpies that are really fine don't work that well. It seems like they dry out. So anyways, I have two Sharpies. One will produce kind of a fat line, and one will produce a very fine line. And if I need a really fine line for maybe using on the bandsaw or something like that, then I'll use the fine Sharpie. So those work really well on tubing. I also have this Milwaukee multi-tool that is, or multi-tool, it's just a pen. Apparently it'll work on any surface. This is a piece of aluminum, and if I were to mark it, works pretty well. And maybe sometimes you want to have a black mark as opposed to a blue mark. I don't think it makes a whole lot of difference, but there may be times when it does. So I carry this around with me. Also have just a pen for signing receipts and everything like that. With rusty metal, I find it's really good to use just soapstone, and this is just a soapstone holder. And this works really well on rusty metal. It doesn't work really well on aluminum or tube. You can kind of see it, but I find myself using this when I'm going to maybe mark a piece of rusty metal for a cut or something like that, and it shows up really well. I will particularly use this if the project is going to be rusted and I've got to make some detail marks that I can quickly kind of erase so they don't disrupt the finished rusted surface. Particularly if I'm going to make some marks for orientation or for marking. And again, this also works really well. The soapstone works really well on hot rolled material. There is another pen that I carry, and this is just Silver Streak. And if I've got to produce a very sharp line, then I'll use the Silver Streak pencil to mark. I've found that the soapstone will hold up better if you're going to torch along that line. It seems to stay together a little bit better than the Silver Streak, which I believe is a wax-based lead. So anyways, this is kind of what I wear. My apron and my jacket and all of the things that I use to mark every day are right here with me, so I don't have to waste any time on looking for my pens, which doesn't make one much money. Hope this is educational and enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.